Now, I've just finished off my morning routine. Beautiful start to the day. Did a little bit of breath work, a little bit of yoga this morning. There's this epic YouTube channel called Breathe with Sandy, and this guy puts up so many different breathwork videos so you can keep it fresh and you don't have to do the same thing every single day. And then jumped into the cold plunge. I think it's 8 degrees this morning. It absolutely sucked. We are shaping up to have one of Queensland's hottest days of the year at the moment, so definitely a nice way to start the day to cool it down. But just made myself a little cup of coffee, got the Breville machine there. Best investment that we've absolutely ever made, honestly. If you don't have one of those things and you're a coffee fanatic like I am, go out there and get yourself one. Learn the art of the barista making coffee and get it into you. But I guess to sort of take it back a little bit, you know, we bought this house back in 2020, right in the thick of COVID. You know, we got some advice from a mentor called Phil Anderson who indicated that, you know, we're going to come up to a bit of economic instability during 2020. We didn't really know it was going to be from COVID, but his advice was to go out there and acquire land in Queensland because it's generally a market that performs really well at this stage of the cycle. I picked this joint up. It was horrible. It was a shitbox really, but great location, big block of land, beautiful street, really nice neighborhood. Lots of positive things about the location, but the house itself, as you can see from some of these old photos, it was horrendous. So we did what we could at the time. Obviously the majority of our funds went into the deposit to buy the house, so we didn't have too much left over, but we actually sunk about $20,000 into the property at that point in time. So we completely gutted the internal, ripped out some of the internal walls, ripped up all of the flooring. We put down this vinyl hybrid flooring, we painted all of the internal walls, and you know, we got it to a point where we could justify living in the property, because prior to that it was an absolute mess. So that was sort of the first stage. Then fast forward about 6 months, we'd managed to save up a little bit more money and got stuck into some landscaping. So this is where we had a machine operator coming and digging up the backyard. It was during summer, so it was really wet and it was just like a monsoon season. So it was wild how much they destroyed the backyard, but you know, it was kind of necessary because we had to redo everything anyway. And that's where we put in, you know, the new garden beds outside, the new deck, the new flyover. We cladded the walls. We put in some new bifold timber windows that you can see behind me here as well, just to create that beautiful flow from the kitchen into the outdoor entertaining area. The next stage was to do the kitchen. You know, my wife's a pretty handy cook. She has a little Instagram page called the 15-Minute Chef, and she posts lots of meals and things like that. So having a beautiful big kitchen was something that was really important to her, and very important to me as well. I love my food, and she cooks some incredible meals in this amazing kitchen. So having that flow from like the living area, the dining area, the kitchen into the outdoor entertaining has that big open plan feel, and you know, just allows us to live the way that we want to live. You know, we're entertainers, we like having people around all the time, and you know, just having this open space is good for this stage of life. And after we'd done the outdoor area plus the kitchen plus the flooring plus the painting, we were kind of like, well, this is livable, and we, you know, stayed put for a while. Then a couple of years later, we wanted to redo the bathrooms and we wanted to create a bit of a master suite. So, you know, worked with Taylor's brother, who's a drafty from Sydney, and he drew up some incredible plans to kind of work with the current walls, but, you know, put in some new ones, change it. So we converted the study, in the previous study, into the main bathroom, which, as you can see, is beautiful. Lots of natural light. Nice big bathroom. It's kind of a bit of a feature for the house, and then we're able to fit into the old bathroom and the old toilet a walk-in robe for our master bedroom, and also an ensuite as well. So these things, you know, just created a little bit of separation from our room to the rest of the house. You know, working with a drafty that's got a lot of experience, you know, allowed us to sort of work with what we've got, because the house itself isn't a huge internal floor plan. I think it's only about 120 square meters under roofline internally. So, you know, that's not huge. So we wanted to try and be efficient with the space that we had. And I think, you know, we've made it work, and we're super happy to have had it done. And now that was sort of the third 4th stage of the reno to do the bathrooms. Once we finished that, we'd run out of money again. You know, we were sinking a lot of our spare funds into this, and you know, holding the other investment properties while paying these mortgages with the increased cost of living and the higher interest rates, it was hard. You know, we did make a few sacrifices, but we still lived our best life over that period of time as well. Then fast forward to today, we're now in January of 2025. We've kind of just finished up the next stage of the renovations, which is where we recladded the front of the property, rendered the whole exterior of the property, we redid the garage and the laundry, we put a deck off our bedroom and a beautiful garden bed that flows out into my favorite part of the property, the sauna and the cold plunge. So, you know, an absolute dream of mine. I set that intention over 10 years ago to have a sauna and a cold plunge at my house. So grateful to find myself in a position where I've now got that, and I get to use it whenever I want to. I get to have friends around, and you know, the type of things or activities that we're doing are really good for you and really healthy, and you know, that's a part of my value system, that's a part of who I am, and you know, I'm really grateful to be able to share those things with other people. So the next stage of the reno is going to be re-landscaping the front. So we saved that for the end because, you know, I didn't want the front of the property to look really good until the very end. And you know, as you know, when you've got tradies coming in and out, parking at the front, doing all their work, it kind of creates a bit of a mess anyway. So I was just like, look, leave it the way that it is right now. It's serving its purpose, but next stage of the reno will be to completely re-landscape the front of the property. And then once that's done, that'll be it. You know, that'll be the end of the renovations, and that'll be us just moving into enjoying this place and not having to think about it, not having to save money for it, just being able to enjoy our beautiful home and raise our little family and yeah, just live our best life. And you know, who knows what the future holds. This place is serving an incredible purpose right now. Really the ideal location, and we've been able to create our dream home for this stage of life. I think after talking with siblings and friends and mentors, you know, having a small house on a flat block with a big backyard is kind of everything that people want when you have a young family and you're at that stage of life where you're spending a lot more time indoors and you're spending a lot more time around the home because you're not traveling as much, you're not going out as much, because I think a lot of other first-time parents can relate to this. You know, we're at that stage where our son's 6 months old now and our life revolves around his sleep cycles. So having this beautiful home to enjoy that just makes our life so incredibly amazing. And yeah, super grateful. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for letting me share our beautiful home with you guys. And yeah, until we finish off the next stage of the renovations, that's it.
G'day guys, my name's Ben and I'm the director here at Pumped on Property, and I just want to say a massive thank you for watching our content today. Now, if you're thinking about buying an investment property in the next 3 to 12 months, then the team and I would love to offer you a one-on-one strategy session. In that session, we can talk about exactly where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term, and we can deeply educate you on the Australian market. And then you can take that information and go and absolutely smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the small number of clients that we work with each week. To book your session, all you have to do is go to www.pumpedonproperty.com and click that book your free strategy session button. But either way, we wish you all the best on your journey as an investor to financial freedom.